Hello, this is the final demonstration for A+chiever, which is a non-linear online learning platform. My name is Gabriel.
My name is Ksenia.
And I'm Ryley.
All right, so we'll jump straight into the demo. So this is the landing page for A+chiever. As you can see, it just has some basic information about why A+chiever is designed the way it is, as well as some buttons to register. So I'll quickly register for an account. I'll register as a student, and so I'll sign up, and now we can see I'm at the dashboard page.
So on the dashboard page, you're able to edit your profile if you wish, if you made a mistake in writing your name or something like that. You can also view the courses that you have, which currently there are none, and you can enroll in a new course. We have this beginner algebra course. You can check that it's in the in progress section. It is not complete yet. And then if you want to view the course.
Yep. So this is the course view. To control this web page, you click and drag to pan the view. You use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. If you click on a node, it's highlighted. That lesson is highlighted, and then all of the prerequisites required are highlighted in red. So you can very easily see which lessons you need to do in order to reach, say, properties of exponents. I can also click here to zoom to fit the screen, and then I can apply filters. So I can search for nodes maybe that have the word scientific in them. So those two. I can also search for just all the core nodes. I can also search by content type. I can turn on and off showing the prerequisites. I can change the color in which nodes are highlighted. And then down here, there's just some information about the lesson before you begin it. And then we can also view the lesson.
So this is a lesson page, and here we have all the components that were uploaded by the teacher, as well as the lesson description. And to the right, you can see the focus component, which you can exit out of. You can also replace it with another component if you want to focus on something else instead. You can also minimize the components. And if you'd like, you can full screen a component that you want to focus on as well. Yeah, and then you can interact with it, obviously. And if it's a website, you can also click on the link in order to go to the actual website. And since this lesson page does not have an assessment, now it counts as completed once you view the page. So when you go back to the course page, you can see that it's shown as completed.
Yep.
And then for integers, for example, this actually has an assessment. So if you do not complete the assessment, then it will not show as having been completed. But then once you submit the assessment, it will show as completed.
And
here you can see that it provides you with feedback. So if you got the correct answer, and then if you got the wrong answer, it'll show up as red. You can try again if you'd like. Now you got 100%. And now you can see that this is completed.
okay, so now I will quickly return to the dashboard. You can see that the progress is updated here. And now I'm going to swap to our dark theme, and then I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to quickly sign in with a teacher account. So on the teacher account, the dashboard's upgraded to include some new features. There's this owned by me, which shows courses which the teacher owns. The teacher can't enroll in a course that they already own. So I'm going to quickly show off the create a new course and let Ryley talk about this course builder.
Yes, so the course builder functionality was built on top of the course viewer that you just saw. And in fact, the beginner algebra course that we just demoed was built purely through this course builder. It wasn't done programmatically or dev-specific tools or anything like that. With the course builder, of course, the main objective is to allow non-technical subject matter experts to create courses relating to whatever they want to display content for. And so our main objectives to get to that goal were to have a strong UX with appropriate guardrails. So what Gabe is showing off right now is some of the functionality with adding and editing lessons, which take place in the form of nodes. So each lesson has a name, the tags, which within the demo we saw was core, and as well as a short summary. And you can also use the edge tool to connect different nodes as well. So it's very intuitive to make the connections between the nodes. And if you also want to go into the content menu, so this menu is how the teachers upload the content that goes on the lessons that you just saw. So we have rich text. So if you want to have a highly edited and formatted document directly in the UI, this is how you could do it. There's also upload functionality as well. So this is any content like PDFs or in this case, an image. Okay, and we also have the implementation for third-party content URLs. So this is mainly meant for teachers who already use a separate online learning platform and they don't want to have to reintegrate all of their content, so they can just use a third-party embed URL there. And finally, we offer the upload assessment file, which is a standard CSV to QTI format for converting those CSVs to assessment files, again, which was just demoed in the course viewer.
And so in addition to all those, let's say I make a mistake with this, like adding here, I can quickly undo or redo using these buttons. I can save progress manually, and this also auto saves after important actions have been completed. I can also publish using this button. And so going back to the dashboard, and now we're going to show off this other course. This course shows that there are some course structures which are incompatible with the Achiever format. So, and specifically, if a course has a loop in it, meaning there's lessons that depend on each other. So like this 5th lesson is needed for the 4th lesson, but the 4th lesson is needed for the 5th lesson, it would be impossible to even attempt these lessons. So if I try to publish, we can see that all of the cycles in this course structure are highlighted for us. So the teacher can very quickly go in and decide to delete the proper connections in order to make this a valid course. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly sign out from the teacher account and log back in as our student, test@gmail.com. And we're going to try to enroll in that course, which was just created. So this new course number 2. So I can enroll in it. You can see it here. The progress is 0. I can view it. Here are all of those lessons I made. Here we can see the tags showed up. The prerequisite tracking, highlighting, everything works exactly as the teacher would have expected it to. And so now we will transition over to Ryley to show off a bit of backend tooling for Achiever that was developed in addition to the main user interface.
Yep, so this is another view of the standard dashboard. And specifically what I'm going to be showing off is the mock data generation. So during the development of A+chiever, we didn't want to have to continually manually upload and manipulate courses, partially because that's incredibly inefficient, but also because naturally there's going to be a lot of boundaries that we're not able to properly test. And so to remediate that, we implemented a mock data generation, which generates a set number of courses completely programmatically. And so this is one example of a course that was completed completely in code, or generated rather completely in code. And what the mock data goes over is it'll complete a certain number of nodes, which are highlighted in green here, as well as generate a random number of connections between nodes so that we can properly test the bounds of the parent-child relationships between different lessons. So this is a pretty standard looking course that the mock data generates. However, as an example of one of the more extreme courses that a course that the mock data will generate, here's one example. So this one has a lot more nodes and a lot more connections. And if I click on node 36 here, we'll see a great example of a bunch of prerequisites that the mock data generated. So this, of course, is not a realistic course model, but it helps us to model the boundaries on our course viewer.
So now we will return back to the Google Slides and talk about our individual contributions since the last demonstration. So I have mostly been working on upgrading the user interface to make everything consistent across pages. So I've updated things like the login pages, the dashboard. I've helped develop the course builder user interface, all to just ensure everything feels cohesive. Additionally, I constructed the algorithm to detect cycles, multiple cycles at once within the course structures for the course builder. And I helped do some database refactoring in order to allow for easier course uploads.
So for my contributions, mainly I was focused on developing the lesson page. So I helped with the assessment development, and mostly I worked on the front end for that, such as creating the feedback and allowing users to retry the assessments. And I also developed the components for displaying like the files, the videos, the third-party applications. And I also implemented the drag and drop functionality and the general design of the lesson page just to make it like very interactive and engaging for users. I also added an error page just in case something goes wrong, so users get feedback on what went wrong. And I also helped with the course builder, but just fixing bugs like minor issues. With testing, just bug fixes throughout the application, minor UI changes throughout the application, and also for the dashboard, just minor UI changes.
And a lot of my work recently has been on the back end side of things. So one of the big initiatives that I worked on the last couple of weeks was the implementation of assessment file parsing. So that was the assessment that we showed off with the integer node, setting up the schema conversion for the CSV to the assessment module that we use. I also led the efforts for database refactoring to facilitate this course content uploading. This was something that we initially implemented early on, but we had to change throughout the course of development, required significant refactoring. I also implemented robust progress tracking, to track user progress within courses, and that was one of the big focuses of the refactor. And I also assisted a bit with UI design, bug tracking, and that sort of maintenance task.
And with that, we've finished our final presentation on A+chiever. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.